some up here in my tree stand. Let me show you guys. I'm overlooking this water hole. There's water out in this area right here, and the deer are coming from this area. There's a game trail that follows all the way down in here, and they're going into this water hole right here. They're getting water. They also are coming from this direction too. There's a couple of game trails, a lot of tracks. So I set up my tree stand over here, and I have my rifle. This one's actually in 300 blackout. And then I have my binos for glassing. And then I have a couple of antlers right here. So I can call them in. When you use these, the best way to use these is go hard and loud for a minute or so, and then wait about 30 to 45 minutes and then repeat. It's the best way that I've found to call the deer in. But I have a 3-day quota to be out here, so I'm going to do some camping too. It's supposed to get real chilly tonight, down in the 30s, which is real chilly for this part of Florida. Average Woodsman here, back with another video. So today I wanted to kind of go over the kit that I'm carrying with me on this hunting trip. So basically, I'll be out here for probably about 4 days. It's the quota permit right now, or the quota hunt right now. So I'm out here hunting deer, but you know, with it being this season, I can still hunt other animals too along the way. So I don't have to carry as much food as I probably would if I had to sustain myself specifically or strictly full with what I'm carrying in my kit. So it allows me a little bit more leeway to carry other items if I want to, especially since it's been pretty cold here recently. At least the weekend that I'm filming this video. I don't know when I'm going to drop this video, but the weekend that I'm filming this video, it has, last night being Friday, it got down to around 29 degrees. I woke up with frost on my sleeping bag. So while I'm out here, I'll probably do some other hunting, probably some squirrel, maybe raccoon, rabbit, possum, whatever I come across. If I get a chance, I'll take a shot at it and have that as a supplemental food for the items for the food that I'm carrying with me in my bag. But let's go ahead and I'll break everything out and I'll get everything set up and we can go over item by item so I can show you guys what I'm carrying with me on this not quite a full week excursion, but you know, 4 or 5. Alright, so it's gonna be kind of tough to get everything on camera. I did take the things off of my belt and out of my pockets besides my wallet and phone. That way you guys could see some of the things that I'm carrying on me as well. But everything is out of the bag. Let me go over the bag really quickly. The bag is the Reindeer 55 from Waysport. It's a 55 liter pack, but the actual lid can extend out about another 7 to 10 liters. So this is really like a 65 liter bag. It has an internal frame. It has a really comfortable waist belt. It has a longtime viewers of the channel will have seen it before because this is the bag that I took with me at the classes I did at the Pathfinder school, and this is also the bag that I used in my inch bag video discussing the gear and my setup for what I would take with me if I was never coming home, like in an emergency. So this is the bag. I've had this thing for a long time. It's held up really well. It's durable. I've used it countless times. So this is the bag I'm going to be using for this trip. Alright, so in that bag of that 55 to 65 liters, most of it is my sleep system and my warm weather clothing. So first off, I want to talk about, the only thing I did not take off my long wool underwear. I have merino wool long underwear, tops and bottoms on, and then I have a merino wool shirt on over it. In addition to that, I have my Wooby jacket, and I have some additional wool socks. So the wool socks that I'm wearing, on top of that I have some smart wool. These are heavier socks for sleeping at night. My sleep system, you guys have seen the mat before. I've used this mat a few times. It works really well. I have the mat. I have my inflatable pillow.
I have the wool blanket that I'm filming this on, that I have all the gear laid out on. I have this wool blanket. This is the Pathfinder 100% wool blanket. It's a queen size wool blanket. And then for my real warm weather, this is the black Arctic bag from the military sleep system. So I've had this bag for a long time. Bought it at a military surplus store years and years ago. It's went with me all over the country. It's the bag that I slept with in the high desert, and in Nevada, in northwestern Nevada. It's what I slept with in Wisconsin and South Dakota and all the other places that I've camped. Like I said, it's been cold. It's been cold lately, so I wanted to have a warm sleeping bag that I would not have to, that would allow me to have a nice warm and a nice comfortable night's sleep, because it has gotten so cold recently. I have a tarp that I mean, you can't go wrong when you're carrying a tarp with you. This also works as a poncho. It's a poncho slash tarp. So I have that, and I did need it the first day. Yesterday I did need it because it rained from like 4 o'clock in the morning till about 10 o'clock in the morning. So I was sitting in my tree stand just getting rained on. Thankfully I did bring rain gear. You always want to have rain gear with you. Top of that, a couple extra items. Just have a wool watch cap. Always got to have a good pair of gloves. I have my sniper's veil. I always have my sniper's veil with me. And that's pretty much it for my clothing items and cover items. Obviously, you know, you got to have your hunter's orange vest. I have that. All right, so some of the tools that I'm carrying with me on this trip. This is my LT Wright. This is the boat tail A1 tool steel. Have that on my belt. I have my Buck 110. This one's the Hunter model. This one's in high carbon steel. It's 5160. I also have my small hatchet from Beavercraft. Love this thing. Use it all the time. It's pretty much all the tools that I brought with me, besides my Leatherman. I did bring my Leatherman. This is the Leatherman Surge. Super useful when you're out in the woods. Always have my Leatherman with me. Another, I guess you could consider it a tool. These are my Loophole Rogue. These are my binoculars for when I'm out glassing. You wouldn't think that people do a lot of glassing here in Florida. I do. I do a lot of glassing, especially when you're in a tree stand. You can look out over fields, out over lakes, out over marshes, ponds, swampy areas. Even when I'm out walking, a lot of times I'll carry them with me just so I can glass specific areas. First aid kit, obviously I have my tourniquet in here, and compression gauze, hemostatic gauze, all the things that you would need, even boo-boo stuff in here. You got to have a good, extensive medical kit, especially when you're traveling into the backcountry by yourself. And here I just have a bunch of items, random items. This is kind of like a possibles pouch. I have my cord for my charging my devices, my Anchor battery, some additional chem lights, some additional cordage, just all that kind of stuff. Hygiene, toothbrush, toothpaste, wet wipes. Got to have some hygiene items. It's actually not a Princeton Tech. I got a guy in one of my other videos saying, oh, you shouldn't carry that, you should be carrying a Petzl. It is a Petzl. This is just the case that it's in. My headlamp is a Petzl. Just anyone out there wondering. I have my nav kit, so obviously my map cards, my compass, my pace beads, a pencil, mechanical pencil, and a Sharpie. I always have my nav kit with me. I think it's a super underutilized and underrated item to carry with you in the backcountry. Most people are so focused on, you know, fire and shelter, which are obviously important, but being able to navigate in and out of the backcountry is just as important. In here, just a couple of items, just an additional lighter. I have batteries, things like that for my device, for my my flashlight and my headlamp. Which I forgot to take off this flashlight. I really like this flashlight. I can attach it to my ball cap and use it as a headlamp. It's a stream light. I have my flint and steel kit, and I just have a small charring tin. So just in case I want to, you know, make fire the old way, I have that here. I like to sometimes just practice and just continue to hone my skills. Even though I've mastered a lot of these skills over the years, I still like to practice them and use them. You know, it's good to do that for practice reasons, but it's also just fun. Have my grail with my nesting cup. I mean, you guys have seen this in countless times throughout videos. I always carry my grail with me all the time. My Pathfinder bottle and cup, I've had this thing for like, I don't know, over 10 years probably, and still holding up. Just have a deer call. It's a grunt call for when I'm up in the stand. I also have my antlers too. Just a little net gator when I'm sitting in the tree stand. Lighter. Another lighter. Bank line. Can do a million things with bank line. So this is my sidearm. This is the M&P 2.0. This is the 10 millimeter. I just have a hollow sun red dot on it. Have it loaded up. Having an outside the waistband Kydex holster. This is on my side all the time when I'm out in the woods. This is the pistol I'm carrying with me on this trip. You guys already saw the rifle in the intro when I was in the tree stand. That's the rifle that I'm using. If you guys are interested in it, I have a video on some of the rifles that I use. I'll go ahead and put it down in the I'll link it down in the description. Obviously, usually I either carry my Pathfinder bush pot or I'm carrying my MSR Seagull. I've had this thing for probably 15 years. Beat up, no worse for wear. I love it. One of the reasons why I like it so much is because the top can be used as a skillet. Just go ahead and attach the pliers to it, or you can even put a stick through here, put it over the fire. You put a green stick here over the fire, and it works really well as a skillet. In here I just have a couple things. I have some spices because, like I said, I'm going to be doing some hunting. So if I get a deer, awesome. If I get anything like squirrel or rabbit or raccoon, anything like that, I can have some fresh meat. And then I have some seasoning. This is just my own blend. Have some cookies that my wife made, and a couple tortillas in here. Always good to have some tortillas. There's not much in there, but a couple of extra items inside here for cooking. Alright, so I just have my Spyderco bandana. Inside here I have my titanium spork, and then 4 aluminum stakes for setting up shelter. That's pretty much it besides food, so I'll show you guys what food items I'm carrying with me. Like I said, I'm not carrying a lot. I'm planning on getting some fresh meat, some fresh game while I'm out here. I have one more category I want to show you guys. It's all related to food. So I have just a couple of food items. These are snacks. These little chicken, buffalo chicken style, these things are delicious. Have some beef jerky, some raisins, protein bar, and then some of these just add water pasta dishes. This is on top of the other items that I said I'm going to be getting. I'm going to be out here hunting, so I'm going to get hopefully some squirrels, maybe a rabbit, raccoon, whatever I can come across. And what I'm carrying with me to help me with that is my Henry survival rifle. I've had this specific survival rifle since about 2011. Yes, I've had it that long. Yes, it still works. It works great. It's been a great firearm. It's been a great piece of kit. It's beat up, it's old, but it still works really well. And this is what I'm going to use for small game hunting. And I have my 300 blackout for hopefully a deer or a hog if I come across one. I'd preferably a deer, but if I came across a hog, I'd get one of those too. So this is the kit. This is everything I'm carrying with me for 4 or 5 days, however long I decide to stay out here. But this is everything. I appreciate you guys watching this video. If you guys are interested in supporting the channel, please go down to the links in the description below, and those are affiliate links. Help support the channel. Remember, be safe, stay dangerous, and I'll catch you on the next one.